Domine, te morte eterna, indie illa tremenda, cando cae limovendi sunt et terra.
So like a forest, my brain takes chances, time to let the words flow.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Three-Digit World Cup. We are here with another match this weekend for the United States versus Countryless. And we are going to get over the rolls starting early this morning. See what both of these teams have in store for us today. The United States is going to be winning the roll with a 53. And Hemi TR for Countryless, the captain, going to be rolling a 39. Both teams are going to opt in for some warm-ups today. It's a little bit early for the majority of the United States team, as noted by my slightly muffled yawn there. It's approximately 9 in the morning for what I actually believe is the entirety of the United States team, actually, with the exception of Woey and Apraxia, for whom it is actually 8 in the morning. So anywhere between 9 and 8 a.m. for the United States team this year. Luckily, no California players for the United States this year. No West Coast players or Mountain Time Zone players. So a little bit more friendly for 13 UTC. Regardless, it is still a pretty early match to wake up for. On the side of Countryless, of course, we do have a mix of lots of different places. Of course, you have the captain, Hemi TR. He will be joined by GS Blank, Sigi, Krez, Arg, and Blazing. Respective countries for those players. So Hemi TR is from Panama. GS Blank, of course, from Singapore. Sigi from Mongolia. Krez, Indonesia. Arg is San Marino. And Blazing is Belarus. So a medley of different countries there to support Countryless. They've done very well for themselves to make it this far, especially in the winners bracket. So clearly trying to make a name for themselves here. They'll make it farther than the likes of some teams that were even eliminated yesterday. Sweden, Japan, and the United Kingdom and Russia. All 4 of them going out yesterday. All of those losers bracket matches did take place yesterday. There will be a whole other set of losers bracket matches in order to kind of finish those off. And of course, that will be a Poland versus China match. And that match is going to take place at 15:30 today. I believe we also are going to have the opposite side match, which is going to be Germany versus France. That'll be at 15 UTC. So I guess we'll pick one of those to go over and stream, hopefully, maybe. There is a chance. If not, I'm sure we will work it out. But that is what we'll be running with for the remainder of matches this weekend. We do have this one ahead of us, though. Of course, United States versus Countryless here. I kind of went over Countryless, didn't go over the United States, really. The United States is a pretty known roster. Honestly, Countryless is certainly not running with any strangers. Lots of either up-and-coming tournament players or players that have definitely been around for a little bit longer. Of course, you have Hammy Tiara starting to pop into the tournament scene a little bit more. GS Blank, Sigi, and Blazink have certainly been around in the tournament scene for quite a while. I am very confident that there are a number of people that will know who they are. Arg is definitely well known as well, winner of the OC European Tournament 3. And then Krez, recently untournament banned, has been absolutely going in solo player on a lot of hidden scores and has certainly proven to be a very skilled, high-skilled player. It's just a matter of whether or not he can translate that over to tournaments this year, but Countryless certainly going for it, still in the winner's bracket here in the semifinals weekend. We will see how they fare against, a United States that is maybe not as strong as last year. You're losing a couple of players from the OWC roster, of course, losing Tony, T-Rec, and Kablaze, which is definitely a big hit for them. However, they have a lot of good substitutions in this year, of course, in Fleslin and Taquito. Taquito, most notably, been one of the highest performing tournament players as of recent, has just proven himself to be insanely high skill cap, very consistent at what he does, and will be a force to be reckoned with for the United States this year in order to make it to later stages, and they're clearly doing a good job of that. As they persevere through these later rounds here. Not, again, of course, not a really, really easy time like in past years, but with a 6-2 win over Russia under their belt and a 6-0 win over South Korea, they are certainly, a strong team, regardless of what you want to compare to last year. And of course, that will be captained by Digital Hypno. He will be joined by Exarch, Apraxia, Wowie, and of course, Fleslin and Taquito, as I just mentioned. I'm going to be interesting to see what both of these teams decide to go for in terms of bans this match. The United States, of course, the second seed coming out of qualifiers, just barely below Taiwan. Of course, qualifiers calculated in terms of points, starting with the highest score on the map getting 1 point, second score getting 2, and third score getting 30, and so on, if you haven't looked at qualifiers yet. Number 1 seeded this year was actually Taiwan. Going to take that number 1 seed designation from the United States from last year. Taiwan looking strong this year as well. They will have their winner's bracket match against Brazil Monday at 14 UTC, but I digress. The United States, Taiwan sitting up there in first place at 43 points. The United States is only behind them by 2 at 45 points. So they are certainly not far off, even given that they are a second seed, just barely. I mean, 2 points is minuscule. That's the difference of a singular map by 2 places, or even 2 maps by a single place, which is not a lot of score difference. I mean, if you look at Hard Rock 1 alone, it's a difference of less than 50,000 almost. So very close across 3 players inside of a lobby. But something I do have to note is that every other team below Taiwan and the United States pretty much drops off in terms of qualifying points. The next closest is in the 3rd seed with Poland, who has 65, which is 20 points off of what the United States has in 2nd place. Again, just barely below that first spot. And that drops to 72, 78, and then all the way to 90 with Countryless on the 6th seed. And of course, qualifiers, in terms of difficulty, was definitely a lot closer to this stage of the tournament you know, in a difficulty sense. So the United States going to be looking to maybe have a little bit of an easier match than one might expect here, you know, even given the early hour. Their performance on a pool of this level is very clearly presented as higher than Countryless in the qualifiers results terms. So we will see if they're able to continue the performance that we saw there. In terms of bans for Countryless, if we are looking at top scores, United States was the top qualifying score on Hidden 2 and DT1. They were the second qualifying score on Nomad 3 as well. And of course, they had a top 3 finish on Hidden 1 and Hard Rock on those base mechanics aim picks. Something to note, though, is that on a lot of the maps, so on basically everything that the United States didn't get top 3 in, Countryless almost scored over them in every single one of those. Countryless scored over them by 2,000 points across 3 players, 2,000 points on Nomad 1, so a bit of a contested pick between these two teams there. Nomad 2, Countryless pulling off a 4th seed. The United States going to be closer to the middle on that one. Countryless also getting a higher seed on the Nomad 4. They were lower on the Hidden 2. They were lower on the Hard Rock 1. A higher score on the Hard Rock 2. And just a little bit lower on the DT2. So there's certainly quite a bit for Countryless to roll with here, and there's just as much for the United States to go with. So we'll see what happens with both of these teams here. We are going to finally get into bans. We worked out a couple of technical difficulties, I guess, and we will be right back with you for the official ban map pool showcase. Very cool things. So Countryless will have the first ban, the United States winning the roll. I do imagine Countryless is going to go for something of the likes of a DT ban against the United States. I do not think that Countryless is as strong as the United States as a DT roster, and I sure hope that they know that as well. I think the United States has a deceptively strong DT lineup. I think they can put up better scores than what you would expect given the late stage skill cap of a lot of these players. That is not to say that Countryless is not good at DT. I think they are perfectly fine at DT. However, even just based off of qualifying scores and the difference in those qualifying scores, it really is different. But Countryless going to go for free mod 3. It's going to be Girls Carnival. That is our CS 3.5 Air 9.5 speed free mod, 236 BPM. More of an alt map style, I guess, but I digress. A faster map there. United States immediately going to be responding with a no mod 2 ban, so Densetsu no Sabori going to be gone. That is free mod 1. I mean start line. That is what I have meant. It is in fact 9 in the morning. That's my one excuse for the day. Does make a little bit more sense as well. Just as much Countryless going to be banning out the AR8 CS5 pick against the United States. And of course, United States banning out the no mod 2, a smart ban from them after having a little bit of an underperformance actually on the qualifiers. No mod 2, not quite as strong of a stream lineup as they maybe wanted to have this year. Just below 2.6 million, whereas Countryless putting up about 2.7 million plus. So we'll see what runs with this. Both of the teams making pretty smart bans thus far. Clearly done their homework on the opposing team, and we'll see if they are able to continue that for the next two bands here. Countryless definitely taken a little while on these bands, not quite as confident as the United States, or maybe hasn't done as much preparation work. Very smart of the United States, maybe doing a little bit more ahead of time, given the nature of this match being pretty early on in the day. Didn't want to, you know, get up, do everything, plan everything early, just let people warm up. Hard Rock 1 ban from Countryless. Does make a little bit of sense. United States, the 3rd seed on the Hard Rock run from qualifiers, so we will not be seeing 7 doors, the big aim, consistency Hard Rock here. We'll wait for the United States to come out with their last ban, and then we'll get into the first pick as well. The United States certainly taking a little while for this last ban as well. Not entirely sure if they're trying to go in between a couple different bans here and they're just not sure what to go with, or... All right, and the DT2 ban out from the United States, monochrome anomaly. Most people, I guess, maybe wouldn't know that that was a good ban for the United States. If you had seen their team scores on that map, you would understand that it was a good ban for the United States. Not the highest of scores on that map. No really consistent FCs running on there, so not the worst ban for the United States to start with. And they will be starting with the no mod one. We're going to go base, consistency, aim. A little bit stream heavy on this no mod one compared to others, but we'll see. DT2, I think, is one of those maps that is easy enough if you have stamina for this DT2. It's really easy outside of the stamina, which makes a lot of sense that people would want to ban it based on the fact that most stamina DT players or speed DT players at this level of the tournament that are still here can kind of just tear that map up. So, you know, when you have players like Apraxia and Sigi on your roster, and especially like Blazink as well, you have just guaranteed FCs almost running through these rosters. And that is going to do it for this pick. Hammy TR misses absolutely nothing at the ending and will not be getting the FC because Hammy TR, but regardless will be carrying Countryless to their first point and first break point of the match on the United States' pick to start off. So now we go to Countryless to see if they can consolidate this break point into something that could be a massive lead early on in a very tough match for both of these teams here. Regardless of that unfortunate slider break from Digital Hypno at the beginning, the United States didn't put up enough score on Fleslin and Exarch to combat what Sigi put up as well. Even if GS blank was lower than a score such as Fleslin's, Sigi, you know, Hammy TR essentially making the massive difference for both of the teams there. Sigi outscoring that third player as well. So the United States letting it slip quite a bit on that first pick there. You know, I kind of want to say that was winnable in some circumstance for the United States, but it really wasn't. Sigi and Hammy TR effectively almost negating any score that came from, you know, Digital Hypno or Fleslin there. Exarch having a little bit more trouble towards the ending there. Still putting up a very good score in the ending. 447k is not too far behind GS blank, but held the beginning and kind of fell off on the ending a bit. So all around, the United States had a lot of misses that they really should not have seen on that map there. I guess you can wonder whether or not, you know, and again, I say, you know, it wouldn't have made a difference even if Digital Hypno was able to pull out the FC there. It was only about 230,000 difference in terms of score that he would have been able to put up, which means they were still missing about 140,000. But we'll see. GT3 going to be the pick for Countryless. It's going to be Bloom and Feeling. We saw this pick in Germany versus the United Kingdom the other day. We also saw it in, I believe, the Russia-China match. There was actually two 1x100 FCs on this yesterday. One from Red Pixel and the other from Rising. So that is two very good scores that we've already seen on this map, and we're going to see if anyone is able to kind of replicate a score like that today in this match here. We have a lot of good speed players in, you know, Blazink, of course, in the lobby. I imagine Apraxia going to be popping in for this one if he's here. Sigi would not be surprised to see in for a Countryless speed roster as well. Countryless has now lost Blazink, so now we are running with 0v0. Taquito first coming in for United States. Taquito going to be going for, or not, he's leaving again. All right, I'm just gonna sit here until all the lineups in for both teams, and we're just gonna contemplate everything right now. I'm just not saying anything. Okay, now that we have a couple more set rosters coming in for the United States and Countryless here, Apraxia and Digital Hypno for the United States, I imagine they're going to be deciding between either Taquito or Fleslin on this one. Unless Exarch is kind of feeling it on the speed, it's most likely going to be Taquito, in my mind, at least on a map of this style. Hammy, TR, Sigi, and Blazink for Countryless, understandably, especially Sigi and Blazink. Hammy TR, not quite as known as a speed player as the other two on Countryless, but still good regardless. Has been a very solid player for them across this entire tournament. Looking to continue that performance. Sigi as well, an absolute carry. Sigi, probably one of the best players in terms of solo performance in this tournament. If he continues to you know, travel the route that he has been. And of course, Taquito, as I mentioned, going to be that last player for the United States. Apraxia, the tried and true speed player for the United States, comes out time and time again, putting off insane scores here. Digital Hypno as well, certainly no slouch in terms of speed, although we don't think of him as a speed player. Very good at maps like this. Definitely strong focus on the fast streams in this map here. We won't be seeing any 1x100s for anyone here. Digital Hypno going to find the first miss on that wide angle aim pattern here. Everyone else is going to hold. It's going to be a little bit of an early lead for Countryless, but we get into the stream section here, and there goes Hammy TR and Blazing. Taquito and Apraxia to hold. Hammy TR really struggling on the speed section. I know I mentioned that Hammy TR has been a big player for Countryless lately, but certainly not known for his speed, and might quite possibly just be a fill player for them on this map. But it looks like it's going to be a big break point here for the United States back from Countryless, not able to consolidate. Digital Hypno having a little bit more trouble than his teammates on this. Apraxia does finally find a miss, but it's Taquito for the United States. I mentioned him at the beginning being one of the best United States tournament players right now in terms of consistency and skill cap, but he is really showing it right now. Taquito is just going to go and FC the ending and the entire map for the United States. Accuracy aside, fantastic performance from him to hold the United States up on the only FC in the match. Sigi unfortunately missing the ending. It would not have made a difference, I believe, in terms of the score, even if Sigi did FC. The United States won by 125,000, which is well more than what Sigi would have gone unless he improved his accuracy significantly. Taquito just besting him in terms of accuracy and combo. And there is the certified Taquito moment of this match. Good effort by Sigi, putting up a very impressive score for Countryless. Unfortunately, not quite enough to carry his teammates to the victory on that point. The United States will be taking that on a better overall team performance. Mostly on Taquito there, but very solid backing from Digital Hypno and Apraxia. Next pick goes back to the United States, so they are able to take the break point back. This match is going to stay even. Everything is essentially reset. And Jordan the Bear is going to pop in to say hello. And then he's going to leave forcefully by the ref's hand. So everyone say hi to Jordan as he leaves us as soon as he joined us. We'll be waiting for the United States. Will be picking HD2. Not surprised about that one. 89's momentum. Kind of a tech aim hidden from them. The United States had a very good performance in terms of qualifying scores on both of the hidden maps. Actually, they were the number 1 on Hidden 2 and number 3 on Hidden 1, only below Brazil and Singapore as well. Or Poland, sorry. Poland. But the United States going to put together a roster for this map as well as Countryless. One of the better songs in the pool. Unfortunately, everyone banning out DT2, so we won't be seeing that this weekend, it looks like, thus far. We'll see. So Countryless going to be running with Sigi and Hammy TR on the roster right now. The United States seeming to be a little bit more set with the Fleslin, Taquito, Digital Hypno lineup. Krez coming in for Countryless. Very unsurprisingly, I imagine we would be seeing him for a hidden pick for Countryless, and he will be regaling us with his presence. Krez is going to be the big stopper to performances from players like Taquito on this map, where hidden is kind of both of their specialties. So we'll see who's able to put up a more consistent performance today. Starting to get a little bit more comfortable for Taquito, pushing 945 for him, so waking up a little bit. Gonna load into the map. Of course, again, I mentioned Sigi and HamiTR going to be backing up Krez on the hidden pick here. It's going to take a little bit longer to load in, but regardless, we're going to get started into the map here. So Fleslin, Digital Hypno, Taquito versus Sigi, HamiTR, and Krez. See what happens when we get into the bigger aim sections of this map here. A little bit of Bancho lag throughout the entire map. No early breaks for either team yet on these first aim sections. We'll see what happens when we get into the Ki. Digital Hypno going to be the first break, though, for the United States. That is no breaks for Countryless. Digital Hypno. Oh, it was Bancho. It was Bancho. We are still okay. The United States is running with 3 FCs. However, Krez and HamiTR is not Bancho. We get Banchoed once, but Krez and HamiTR are going to be the actual breaks, not Bancho misses for Countryless, which means the United States going to be looking very confident more than halfway through their hidden 2 pick right now. Just a little bit more confident. Krez and HamiTR are not quite missing on a hard pattern as well. It was just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Taquito running with a very impressive 98.87% accuracy right now. Sigi just above 98 as well. There goes HamiTR with another big misread. The United States is going to be exceedingly comfortable on this map, a quarter of the way left. Sigi really the only player on Countryless that's able to match up with the United States here. That's going to bring it into the finish for the United States with a confirmed 3-way FC from them. Over 3 million score on Hidden 2. And that is the score of the weekend on that map right there. I don't think anyone is going to be able to match that. Taquito with single-digit 100 count as well, 99.15. And that's kind of why I said this was going to be a battle between Krez and Taquito. They did technically have the 2 lowest accuracies of any player in this lobby. Unfortunately, Krez finding that 1 miss, going to be dropping the score down, but it does not matter regardless of that. HamiTR just not quite able to put up a matching score for Countryless, comparable to anyone else. And Sigi, of course, just barely missing out on that FC with a 1 slider break at the ending. Of valiant effort for Countryless for the majority. We'll see what Countryless is able to respond with. Now the United States has taken their own point. It's now up to Countryless to continue trading it back and forth and grabbing their own here. The United States clearly knows what they are good at, or rather maybe what Countryless falls short in. Not the most difficult map in the pool to 3-way FC, regardless. A very difficult map. This is going to be a close match. Poland did already play. For those of you asking in chat, they defeated Sweden 6-1 yesterday. They have their other match today. They will have their second matchup versus China at 15:30 UTC. We'll be seeing Gorshit's Matt's core up next for Countryless, the Nomad 5. So we'll see both of these teams possibly putting those speed lineups back in. The big difficulty section of this map does normally come from that aim section. If you don't know the map, this is a little bit different from the match core that you're all used to. It's not the set that has the leaderboard. This is going to be... the speed player pick. So we'll see what happens with these last lineup spots, especially for the United States here. It's going to be Digital, Hypno, Apraxia, and Fleslin for the United States. A little bit surprised to not see Taquito in for this map. He's definitely good at these bursts to aim maps here, but maybe that single tap section in the middle a little bit more favored towards the alt players. Sigi, Hammy, TR, and Blazing for Countryless going to be running with basically the same speed lineup they had last time. It worked well for them on the other pick. Let's see if it works well for them again to kind of tie up the United States here. If not, this might get out of hand pretty quickly if the United States is able to take a break point. They looked really good on the hidden map with that three-way FC. We'll see if they can put up a similar performance here. Again, the beginning of this map is not necessarily the hard part of it. It's that big jump section in the middle. Very consistent, very long, stamina-intensive aim section that will definitely start to kill your fingers if you're a single tapper. We saw in the UK versus Germany match the other day, Majore was able to full combo through that section. We did see a couple of unfortunate breaks from a couple of the teams yesterday on this map, on the earlier sections of the map, on the streams no less, and hopefully we don't see too much of that in this match here. This is definitely not the section of the map that you want to be missing on. Save it for that little aim section in the middle there. That's not to say that this beginning section is free combo. It certainly isn't, and as proven by Apraxia, who's actually going to find the first break for the United States, it was not Bancho. There goes Hammy TR, though, on the Buzz Slider, so we're going to stay pretty even between the two countries here. There goes Blazink as well, so that's a second FC gone for Countryless. It's just Sigi once again. Fleslin breaks, and now it's Digital Hypno. Sigi and Blazink both double break. It is now only Digital Hypno for the United States on a combo. Hammy TR, Sigi, and Blazink all break. It is a full combo reset for Countryless. Apraxia finds the first break on the aim section here. Fleslin and Digital Hypno are going to hold. And as long as Digital Hypno holds, this is going to be all but lost for Countryless here. If Digital Hypno holds through the aim section, there's no possible way Countryless could make a comeback unless the United States finds a three-way break. Apraxia having a little bit of trouble. There goes Digital Hypno on the aim, though, but Fleslin is still holding. Everyone on Countryless making it through this jump section pretty handedly here. See what happens at the ending here. The score gap is going to close. Digital Hypno finds another break along with Apraxia. This is going to be big. Countryless is all holding combo into the ending. They all held through that aim section. Countryless is actually going to make it away with their pick right here. The United States just simply not able to hold any combo at the ending of the map here. It's so close. There's nothing the United States can do right now. It's only Fleslin to combat anyone on Countryless right now. Blazing finally breaks, but it's too late. And into the ending, the United States is going to actually let up what could have been a break point on Countryless there, except for the fact that not a single one of them, except for Fleslin, could hold an ounce of combo at the ending of the map. That was very unfortunate. The United States looking really strong through that middle section of the map. Digital Hypno holding them up through the aim portion. and nobody was able to hold through the ending of the map somehow. They just burned all of their stamina. I guess it was kind of reiterated in chat, and I'll mention it because I mentioned it before the map as well. Taquito was not in for that pick, even though I think Taquito would be a very strong player on that for the United States. I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning for that roster was, but regardless, Countryless going to be taking their own point and tying it back up again. Very aim-heavy map. I mentioned that middle aim section is really where a lot of the difficulty comes from on that map. HD3 for the United States, of course, going to be their next pick. Not surprising, United States was the top qualifying score on the Hidden 2, well above every other country by over 150,000 on the score. It is time for Wowie AR8. This is not an easy map. This is not your standard AR8 map as well. But it is Wowie time. The United States doesn't see a lot of epic performances outside of Wowie, given that they really only put him in for these reading style maps or the really gimmick-oriented ones. So Wowie's got his opportunity to really strut his stuff here. I don't think there's a single person here that doesn't know who that is, especially on the terms of an HD3 here. So I think Taquito and Wowie are going to be a force to be reckoned with here. I'm kind of surprised that Countryless didn't ban this map against the United States, given the Taquito Digital Hypno Wowie lineup that they have for this, which is very, very scary. Krez, Arg, and Hammy are certainly no slouches when it comes to the reading Hidden as well, but when you have those big names on the side of the United States, it's really hard to not be scared. Arg is going to be the first break for Countryless. I wasn't going to mention it too heavily, given it's still very early on into the map. We're not even a quarter of the way in. A little bit of a longer map here, just over 3 minutes on the Hidden 3. There goes Digital Hypno and Arg on a double break again, so it's Krez and Hammy TR versus Wowie and Taquito, and the accuracy is in the favor of the United States purely on the fact that Hammy TR is sitting at about 97.5%. Wowie is matching Krez, and Taquito is besting Hammy TR in terms of accuracy. Does drop a little bit there. Digital Hypno is a little bit above Arg in terms of score, although very close. It's not going to make a massive difference here. It's 2 FCs to 2, and the next break could change the entire outcome of this map here. This is the United States' pick. Hammy TR finds a misread on the overlap, and that could do it for Countryless here. It is now just Krez. Wowie finds a miss-aim, unless that was Bancho. That was a really awkward miss. Not entirely sure what he missed on there, but that is unfortunate. It is now Taquito for the United States versus Krez. I find it funny all the time that Taquito says that he can't play reading maps. There goes Krez on the 1/3 pattern there, and it's just Taquito to hold. It is now Digital Hypno. Taquito breaks right after Krez. All right, then. Never mind. It is Digital Hypno and Wowie to hold it down for the United States. Taquito also missing on nothing, just like Wowie did. So Digital Hypno is going to be the big combo now for the United States. He's going to be taking the front line. And as Taquito and Digital Hypno break, it is now just Wowie, but we are running out of time in the map, and there is just simply not enough combo on Countryless to make a comeback here. Well above the score that would be required for that, and the United States is going to be taking their own pick. Countryless will not be getting a break point today. On the back of a very impressive early combo from Taquito and a fantastic backing one from Wowie, who might actually outscore Taquito at the ending here with the note density. It's going to be close between the two of them. Looks like Wowie will be, not outscoring Taquito. Does find a miss at the ending, so Taquito will be the top scorer for the United States as the front runner by 1,000 because Wowie misses the last note of the map. And there it is from the United States. Wowie on an immense 99.43, 2 miss, 2 100. Krez as well with that 1 miss, 4 100 for Countryless. Just simply not able to do enough. Krez will actually be the top scorer in the lobby for the hidden 3. Fantastic performance from him. Unfortunately, not quite enough with Arg. Really not able to put up a fantastic score on that. Hammy TR, not half bad. Almost 600,000, but not quite up to the level of Taquito Wowie. Next up is going to be the Countryless pick here. They're going to respond to the United States. They've been doing well with it thus far. They've been taking the points back and forth here. We had that double break point to start the match off. United States letting up that Nomad 1 pick, and Countryless also letting up their first pick. So DT1 for Countryless. Countryless going to continue going. Waiting for the lineups to be set for both countries here on DT1. Countryless still going to continue the DT route here against the United States. A little bit of a dangerous game on a DT1. The United States was actually the #1 qualifying score on a DT1. Countryless was almost at the bottom in 14th seed for the DT1 performances. So Taquito, Fleslin, and Digital Hypno for the United States going up against Countryless is Hammy, TR, Blazink, and Sigi. It's going to be a very early miss from Hammy, TR. No other breaks besides that early one on Hammy TR here. Just waiting for that next big break from either country. And it's going to be Hammy TR and Fleslin to trade. Still going to stay even between the two countries here. It's actually going to benefit the United States a little bit, but as Blazink breaks, I was going to say it's going to benefit the United States that Hammy TR and Fleslin both broke. That's an FC gone for what wasn't an FC, but now that Blazink has dropped halfway through the map here, there goes Digital Hypno. However, now this gets interesting. So now we are going to have a very fun time seeing Taquito finds a break for the United States as well. That's massive. Now it's going to be Sigi to hold for Countryless on the DT1. Sigi finds a break, however. It's going to stay in the favor of the United States. Sigi is not going to be the carry that Countryless needs today. Countryless does have a combo lead right now, and there's only about 60,000 scoring between the two teams. There goes Digital Hypno as well. They need to see a break on Countryless from Hammy TR or Blazink if the United States wants to keep this score lead. If not, it's going to very slowly go over. The next break could decide this entire pick here. Coming into the last couple jumps here, it's down to a 30 to 40,000 score lead now. Oh, it's dwindling. It's 20,000 now. There's a couple of seconds left. It's going to be on the next break. It's going to be Digital Hypno from Taquito and Hammy TR. There's a three-way break, but that favors Countryless. It's Blazink and Sigi to hold. They need to both FC into the ending here for Countryless to take it. Fleslin is going to try holding, but it's all over for them. Sigi with that absolutely insane 99.44% accuracy, absolutely destroying everybody else in terms of accuracy in the lobby. Sigi is just going to go for it today for Countryless. 815,000, and the United States is going to let that breakpoint potential slip away from them as Countryless continues to push through their picks. It's going to stay 3-3 right now, going back to the United States. No break points after those first two. However, something that we do have to make note of now for the remainder of this match is that I actually believe that there is only one DT left, and actually, it looks like the United States is going to be picking that final DT. So DT4 is going to be the final DT that we see. Cranky, Libera May. IO exceptions insane. This is the last DT that we'll be seeing. It's the last one in the pool. There really isn't too many speed maps left after this as well. Nomad 5 was picked out as well, so the United States going to try and just negate the rest of the possible speed picks for Countryless on this one, and if you're gonna run with it after. Both teams finally getting players in. If you are, in fact, here waiting for the Brazil match, you are, I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but you are kind of wasting your time, given that the Brazil match is Monday at 14 UTC, so you're about a day early. So the United States going to have Apraxia.
Growing up, my parents told me anything that was safe and mold me.
Libérame, domine, te morte eterna, indie illa tremenda. Quando cae li movendi sunt et terra.
So like a forest, my brain's enchanted. Time to let the words flow.
Good luck, have funds in chat. Here we go. It's the United States' Apraxia, Taquito, Digital Hypno versus Countryless, Blazing, Cami TR, Sigi.
Libérame, domine, te morte eterna, indie illa tremenda.
Let's see what
Quando cae li
happens
movendi sunt et
here.
terra.
On the last DT, we've seen all the DTs picked thus far. This has been, traditionally the kind of, last resort pick for a lot of countries on the RNG of a minute and 30-second DT here. But we'll see who's able to hold through the heat of it. The UK was able to do it yesterday against Germany, forcing that match point. See if the United States is able to take a point on this one, keep themselves in the tie game in this match here. Everyone looking comfortable on this. Hammy TR is actually going to miss on a slider there, unless that was Bancho. Doesn't look like it was. Nothing has changed thus far, and Countryless is going to be in a very bad spot. Hammy TR now 100,000 score down. There goes Blazing as well. It's Apraxia, Taquito, and Digital Hypno to hold for the United States. It's just Sigi for Countryless, putting up the highest accuracy in the lobby, might I add. Hammy TR is going to break on a slow slider, presumably either really nervous or sight reading this map. That's the second slider he's broken on. Apraxia is going to be the first break for the United States, but it's still 2 FCs on Digital Hypno and Taquito. Hammy TR going to find another break as well. Taquito does finally drop at the ending along with Apraxia, but it's well too late in the map. Digital Hypno holds the FC into the ending to match Sigi, who does drop accuracy down at the ending. So the last few patterns there, and it is a massive score difference to close it out. The United States with just the better overall performance. Unfortunate double slider break on Hammy TR. This is why you don't sight read the map pool. Hammy TR, double slider break, no misses there. He broke on that one slider at the beginning and that slow slider at the ending. Apraxia and Taquito both with slider breaks as well. Sigi with a fantastic performance for Countryless, almost putting up the highest score in the lobby, dropping his hundreds just a little bit later.
Libérame, domine, te morte eterna, indie illa tremenda. Quando cae li movendi sunt et terra.
So like a forest, my brain's enchanted. Time to let the words flow.
Gonna wait for the next pick from Countryless here. The United States does prevail on their own pick here, so the match is gonna stay even. It does go to Countryless. And now it's going to get a little bit interesting. Countryless is going to have to branch out from the speed picks they've been using thus far. They're going to go with No Mod 3. Not something I was definitely expecting out of Countryless here. Bloodshed, it's going to be the alt. We're going to see some set lineups here. Countryless running with Krez, Hammy TR, and Sigi. United States going to look to put together a comparable lineup here. It's Taquito and Digital Hypno right now. Going to look for another alt player to fill in for this one. Not entirely sure who they're going to front on this for a third player. There's nobody that really stands out to me as an overall alt carry on the United States here, so I guess it's going to be about whoever has the highest practice score on this map, and it looks like it's going to be Woey. Looks like Sigi is back from being right back. Taquito is sight reading. See what happens. So this is Countryless's pick. This is going to keep them tied up in the match if they're able to win this. If they let this slip away to the United States, it could mean a match point regardless. The match has stayed even thus far. Countryless are going to look to continue their performance here, maybe drag the United States to tiebreaker as the second seed here. See what happens. Sigi has been putting up an absolutely massive performance for Countryless today. He's going to want to go and continue that because he's been putting in all of the work for Countryless today with the exception of, one map maybe. Should be pretty comfortable for most players at the beginning. Taquito going to find the first break for the United States, so it's already looking good for Countryless here. No other breaks besides that initial one from Taquito, but it was pretty early on in the map, so it's a score lead for Countryless, but not a massive one. Everyone's still holding that. Hammy TR on the double S still, as well as Krez. Sigi only on, what, 1 or 2 100s? Everyone hitting that big wiggle pattern except for Taquito here. I guess he wasn't lying when he said he was sight reading. There goes Krez, though, for Countryless, so it is going to be a little bit better, but Woey finds a break, immediately trading it for the United States. It's just Digital Hypno for the United States once again, and he finds a break on the slow section of the map. You hate to see it. It's going to be Hammy TR and Sigi to hold through the slower section here. There goes Hammy TR, and once again, it's down to Sigi for Countryless, but Sigi doesn't really need to be super worried right now. There is not a single combo on the United States that can combat the score that he is putting up. Sigi with that 99.05% is going to just kind of relax with this next section here. He doesn't really have anything else to worry about. The United States can do basically nothing about this in terms of score right now. It is almost over 200,000. Prez finds another break, but as long as Sigi holds this FC, the United States is out of the running on Countryless' Nomad 3 pick here. Wowie finds another break to trade whatever Prez does. Sigi does find a miss, but I believe it is late enough in the map that the United States is not able to mount a comeback here. It could be close, but Sigi, I think, has done enough for Countryless. We'll see. The score lead's going back. Digital Hypno and Taquito both missed, though, and that is definitely going to be it now. 200,000 plus on the lead for Countryless. Not enough map left, and that is going to be it for the Nomad 3. Sigi did enough, and Countryless is going to be taking their pick home. That's going to be it. Countryless is going to continue tying it up over and over again. United States is going to have to put up their next pick here to get match point against Countryless. Nomad 6 from the United States, they're going to continue going for their skill sets here on the more gimmick-oriented maps. So it will be the custom map for this stage from Captain 1. Good song regardless, but the United States was very, very good on all the gimmick maps thus far. We'll see if they're able to continue that trend. Both teams putting in gimmick lineups for this one. Wowie, Digital Hypno, and Exarch for the United States. So very similar to their lineup from before for the United States, with the exception of Exarch in for Taquito. GS Blank, HemiTR, and Sigi in for Countryless. We haven't seen GS Blank in quite a while for Countryless here. We haven't seen him since Nomad 1, I believe. At least I do not remember seeing GS Blank after Nomad 1, so he will be regaling us with his presence again. No early breaks on the finger control at the beginning here. This is not a super long map, just barely over 2 minutes here, kind of similar to that DT4 pick in terms of, any breaks towards that, quarter to middle way are going to mean a lot. No breaks yet. It's going to be Woey to find the first break, but Sigi's going to trade it up. Honestly, not the two players that you probably would have expected to find the first few breaks on this map. Woey kind of the front runner on these big slider gimmick maps here. Sigi is holding combo slightly better in this section, though, which means the score lead is going to start to flicker over to Countryless. It's just Digital Hypno and Exarch versus GS Blank and Hammy TR right now. GS Blank and Digital Hypno with almost the same accuracy. Exarch and Hammy TR both holding. GS Blank and Digital Hypno go. So it's Woey and Sigi, and there goes Hammy TR. It's going to be Exarch to hold for the United States. Big sliders into the ending here. There's no FCs on Countryless to combat Exarch right now. He's going to hold into the ending right here, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's a 100,000 plus score now. Woey is essentially negating what Sigi is putting up right now. Digital Hypno and Hammy TR matching is all on Exarch. That is going to be it for the United States on this. Exarch with an FC on Nomad 6, going to be bringing them into the finish with a fantastic performance, backing his teammates up there. 915,000, well higher than the next highest score on Hammy TR of 635,000. There we are. Exarch going to clean it into the finish for the United States. And that is going to bring them to match point. Countryless has been trading it back and forth for the entirety of the match here. They're going to look to force a match point. And we could be seeing our second tiebreaker of the weekend. We saw one in the UK versus Germany match yesterday. And there's a chance that we could be running it back. Countryless has to be smart with this pick here, though. They know the United States has won a break point once, but so has Countryless. But Countryless has now lost the opportunity to win any more break points. It's now all on whether or not the United States is able to do it. Countryless is going to take a little while for their pick here. They're going to be smart about this one. This is the difference between going to tiebreaker or losing. HD1 gonna be what is the final regular pick of this match, regardless of whether or not the United States wins or Countryless. We either go to tiebreaker or the match ends here. Countryless is gonna have to be very, very careful with the hidden one pick here. However, I do understand that this is actually a very smart pick from Countryless, especially if Taquito had to leave to get ready. to go somewhere because this match has dragged out for so long. It's basically just Krez on Countryless who would be rocking out a good score on this map without a Taquito on the United States to combat that. And I'm not entirely sure who the United States has for a hidden aim player to go up against it. So it's going to be Fleslin in for the United States. It makes sense for an aim pick to have Fleslin in, but you don't normally see him on the hidden aim picks. So we'll see. We have Florida, United States. Actually, I just noticed Exarch, Digital Hypno, and Fleslin. Everyone, welcome to the United States Cup versus Countryless, Krez, Sigi, and Hammy TR. See what Countryless is able to put up here. Krez, known for being kind of a beast at hidden maps like this. I imagine we'll be seeing either an FC or something close to it from him. And Sigi has been a massive player for Countryless today. Going to be looking to put up a good performance for them as well. Comes down to this United States roster to try and hold Countryless off for a tiebreaker here. Otherwise, we're going to be going for one more map after this. This is Countryless's pick here, so they would need a break point in order to take this away. And Krez is still holding that double S after the beginning. Does finally drop it. Early breaks from Exarch here on the United States. Going to be a difference. And there goes Fleslin as well. That is very unlucky. The United States could deal with one break on this map. I don't think they can deal with two. And the light is starting to fade for the United States on winning this match before tiebreaker. It's a three-way FC for Countryless right now. We're almost to the halfway point in the map. It's certainly not over yet. Everyone hitting that stream right there. It's all on the aim from Exarch and Fleslin on those breaks right now. There goes Fleslin, Sigi, and Digital Hypno, but that's the break that the United States could not afford. Digital Hypno, the last FC, now gone. It's just Exarch, and he certainly doesn't have enough combo to combat Krez right now. Hammy TR breaks, but it does not matter. Krez is going to hold quarter of the way left in the map, and we mentioned Krez was going to be an FC or almost guaranteed FC on this map, and I was not kidding when I said it. Krez is just going to go. There's really not much to say now. It's all down to Krez, and there's nothing the United States can do to combat that right now. There it is. Countryless going to bring it out with the FC on Krez, and that is tiebreaker time. Give everyone a little bit of extra room here to get ready. I think we opted to not go for a break before tiebreaker yesterday. Hammy TR is requesting a 3-minute break, although I don't know. We'll see if that flies with the United States here. I'm sure nobody would really have a problem with a 3-minute break here, so we'll see. Give everyone a little bit of a break here. Good luck, have fun. And it looks like the final rosters are going to be in. It gave everyone a little bit of a break. And now we are going to get right into it. It's Exarch, Digital Hypno, and Fleslin versus Krez, Hammy TR, and Sigi. The same lineups we had for the previous map. It is back to Florida versus Countryless. The United States going to see if they can hold that second-seeded placement through this Countryless match into tiebreaker here, even missing Taquito for almost the entire second half of this match. And we'll see what happens in the end here. Consistency tiebreaker with the United States is dangerous normally. However, when you're going up against a Countryless who has been this strong today, there is nothing that is guaranteed with this. Krez is gone. Any aborters? Krez was just like writing on the screen in the first 5 seconds. Can we please abort the map before they play the entire thing? Thank you, referee. Appreciate it. What? Hello? Ref? Okay, there we go. Jeez. That, Took a very long time to abort that. Okay. Well then. Can we get a literal spam in chat for the referee? All right, back into it again. Same lineups, of course. Krez is going to be running with Hidden, very unsurprisingly, on the consistency tiebreaker here. And we'll see who's able to hold their nerve. I'll refrain from any comments in the beginning of the map. We'll start off with some slow sliders here. Nice and easy into the beginning. Krez gets no score boost on top of whatever Hidden normally adds. So it's the 1.06 score boost that Hidden adds normally, and that's about it. Comments on scores, you know what I mean. Big slider break from Exarch there at the beginning. It's only about 100 combo in. But definitely not what the United States needs. Exarch was able to carry them through No Mod 6. But they're going to need an all-around team performance on a tiebreaker, not a solo carry here. Quarter of the way into the map already. This is not as long as you would expect from a tiebreaker. Just barely over 5 minutes. Krez does find the first miss for Countryless. However, Digital Hypno does trade it out. So it's Hammy TR and Sigi right now versus Fleslin on the consistency tiebreaker. Exarch has built up a combo from that early break. Actually have 95% accuracy on Krez. The Hidden not quite helping the accuracy. But it's all on Fleslin for the United States right now. Exarch has a backing combo. They need Hammy TR or Sigi to break. It's going to be in the favor of the U.S. for now. But not for long. We'll see what happens in this next big Ki here. Halfway through the map almost. Oh, Fleslin completely misaimed the stream. That was a big over-aim on that stream, but Hammy TR does break. The United States is certainly not out of this yet. It's Sigi versus Exarch right now, but Sigi has got about 100 combo lead. The accuracy is in the favor of Exarch. He holds on the stream. He shakes a little bit through it, but Krez finds a break, and that's exactly what the United States needs. It's Sigi versus Exarch right now. Krez is finding a couple extra misses here. Digital Hypno and Fleslin on backing combo. Who's going to hold through the stream section here? It's both of them right now. Big stream. Fleslin finds a big break there, but it's Digital Hypno and Hammy TR versus right now. And Digital Hypno has a massive combo lead. There goes Exarch. It's Sigi to hold. Digital Hypno breaks. The United States has a three-way miss. It's just Sigi for Countryless. I'm not sure there's anything the United States can do now. It's a 100,000 score lead. There's a corner and Sigi breaks. Sigi Sigi finds another break on the slider. He's certainly not happy about that. Big cursor shake. It's 100,000 score between the two teams right now, and it's combo lead in favor of the United States. We're going to come into the final stream and jump sections at the ending here right now, but it's all on the United States. 100,000, less than 100,000 in the favor. The next break from either of these teams could lose them the map right now. Whoever finds the miss, 100,000 is not insurmountable. It is barely there for the United States right now, but it is all on for Countryless. Sigi tried to do as much as he could at the beginning. Let's see if he can make it work at the ending. They need to see a break from the United States. It's going to be Digital Hypno to break. Exarch and Hammy TR trade as well. It's on Countryless for the score lead now. Krez finds a break as well as Sigi versus Fleslin. Is Fleslin going to hold the United States into the finish of the map? Fleslin has to hold the combo right now. He holds through the stream. He drops a significant amount of accuracy, but it's Fleslin. Sigi finds a break, and Fleslin is going to hold the United States up into the ending of the tiebreaker with a 600-plus combo. He is going to make it work. Fleslin almost going to back out Exarch up in terms of a top score. He's going to hold it. Sigi doing as much as he can for Countryless, and that is going to do it. Fleslin holds it with the combo into the finish for the United States, growing the score lead from 100,000. And the better overall team performance from the United States does it. Krez, unfortunately, his keyboard not doing him any favors, and the hidden maybe not adding to that, but that is going to be it for the United States, taking the win 6-5 in an absolutely insane tiebreaker versus Countryless here. Sigi doing absolutely as much as he can for his team, but that was all that he was able to do. And there we go. Countryless is going to be sent down to the losers bracket. Your winners, the United States. And that is it for this winners bracket today. I believe we have another match right after this that will take place with the United States advancing to the next round of the winners bracket. They're going to face off against the winner of Taiwan versus Brazil. That's going to be Monday, 14 UTC. And we do have another match, about 19 minutes. It's going to be France versus Germany. But congratulations to the United States for winning an absolutely insane tiebreaker there with an amazing team performance. Sigi doing whatever he could for Countryless. Unfortunately, the backing combo is not quite there. That'll be it for this match. We'll come back to you in about 18 minutes for the France versus Germany match, but that has been it from us. Congratulations to the United States. Best of luck to Countryless in the losers bracket. And that will be it. So we will return with that match in just a moment. So don't go anywhere.